sauce, probably because I drank it all. If you watched
Did
last
you
week's
finish it
show.
off last year?
Oh, goodness. We took the governor off that one and just pounded it down. I don't know that I've changed my mind much on how I feel.
We got your diamond right here.
We do have my diamond right here. I am wearing green glasses though as well. So I do want to kind of let you kick this one off and kind of see if your mind's changed, where your head's at. Are you thinking, are we going to go with Conor McGregor?
I had a long weekend. I did a lot of soul searching, and I came to the conclusion that we were wrong. We were dead wrong. Hungry dog runs faster. There's nobody in this world right now that's more hungry than Conor McGregor. Now, does he have $100 million in the bank? Yeah. Woo. Does he just do whatever the hell he wants, whatever? Does he ever need to fight again? No. I think the one thing that Conor McGregor can't buy is his pride. And that's the one thing that's going to that put him to where he needs to be this week. He changed his whole idea of fight camp stuff. Has he ever traveled to America and did a fight camp before? I don't think he has. He set up down in SoCal. He's brought in nobody to that camp besides killers. And he is taking this completely seriously. Now, you got Dustin Poirier. He came in last fight ashamed of losing to Conor McGregor last time. Now, he's coming off a knockout win. He's coming off the biggest payday of his whole entire career, making his whole life. Now, you're putting Dustin Poirier in the Conor McGregor position. You're paying this guy something that he's never even thought of dreaming about making from Lafayette, Louisiana. So now we're talking a hungry Conor McGregor. You've seen Conor McGregor come off a loss. What did he do to Nate Diaz? Beat the hell out of him. You got every single thing lining up for Conor McGregor to lull Dustin back into submission and do what he's been doing for years and years and years, coming out like a killer. Now, I am going to have to flip. We're getting a plus 100 on Conor. I'm going Conor McGregor on that.
I am shocked that Conor McGregor crossed the bridge in the opposite direction. Thus far, I thought after a week of bake that it would have moved to Conor.
I thought everyone thought that line was going to move that way.
Now, here's what I'll tell you. Conor sold you just like he sells everyone else, which this does come in different phases. Like I said to you last week, Conor has done more with his mouth than he has with his fists as of late. And that is the reason he still gets to headline fights. I don't know how much frequently you're going to see that happen after this loss, because I am sticking with Dustin Poirier on this one. And it's all for the same reason. So again, I love that Conor, the way that Conor's selling people is, I don't want press, which he said this before. I focus on this. I'm only bringing in killers. Until you fucking follow his Instagram. Up until a month and a half ago, he was staying in resort after resort after resort, drinking his ass off with his proper 12, partying, enjoying the limelight. I agree, he loves the limelight, and it is the one thing that he can't buy, and fighters hate that. But again, the gas tank didn't get better with age. It just simply doesn't. And Conor has had a bad gas tank his whole fucking career, and I think it's only getting worse. I do believe that Conor will make the adjustments on the kicks. But like I said last week, again, I'm not going to be offering you any game-changing news that would be different from last week's show, and maybe you just started watching this week, so maybe it is game-changing. But Poirier isn't known to be just out there to some, gunslinging leg kicker. Right. He's not Jose Aldo in the ring. Right. That was just one, but it does speak to the holes in Conor's game. Now, if you are Conor McGregor and you are going to go on Conor McGregor's side, you got to take it with a first-round knockout, Conor McGregor. Conor will 100% land his shots. He is a southpaw, and he has very crispy punches. There is no questioning that. But Poirier is a dog. Poirier can take hits. You've seen him be in some wars as of late, and he is hungry. And you talk about his hunger. He turned down the fight for the title to take this fight. You think this guy isn't hungry? That should be a testament of everything. He could have just skipped the middleman and just went right for the title and probably won, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think many people are beating Conor and Dustin.
I really don't right now. Maybe Chandler. But I think the current champion, I don't see him. You know what I mean? I think that, Dustin takes that all day. But again, not to focus on that. Conor McGregor, again, he's going to get his strikes, but he's going to gas. I don't think at most he's been training a month and a half for this on the top level, seriously. And that's just not enough time for a fight of this caliber. You're talking about, they are going 5 rounds, I believe. So you know what I mean? The longer this fight goes, the more you're swinging Poirier. I don't see it going the distance whatsoever. So, I think whatever you think that is, I would say Poirier a third or fourth round TKO knockout. I do think the submission is still in play. I think you're still getting plus 700 for that. Obviously, for me, it's going to be Poirier.
I got Conor still, man.
You got Conor. I do want to say one thing. I want to preface this by saying, I actually believe this or not, and this isn't hyperbole by any means, I would be very happy if I lost this fight.
You'd like to see a Conor win?
I want Conor to win. I'm literally betting with my heart and who I think is going. I'm betting with who I actually believe is going to win the fight and not my heart. But at the end of the day, I think Conor is very good for the sport. I don't know what will happen next for Conor if he loses this. His track record, I just don't know if his mouth can get him any farther in the UFC. Maybe another fight. His one win that he's had in the last couple of years doesn't look like much of a win at all versus Cowboy. So there's a lot of unknowns for Conor if he doesn't pull this one off.
I like it. We were ringside basically when Conor beat up on Cowboy, and that was one of the best things that happened for the sport in the last 2 years. I'm gonna stick with Conor here. I'm fading the public. I feel like everybody. He loses the last fight after he beats the hell out of Dustin in the first round, and then everyone turns on him. I think the public's got it wrong. I think that Conor's going to come out, show you why he is Conor McGregor. And, it's going to be the best thing for the sport. It's the best thing for Dustin Poirier. It's the best thing for Conor. It's the best thing for the UFC if Conor wins this fight. There's so many things going into it. Obviously the UFC doesn't have crooked fights, but the closest thing that you could have to the fix being in for Conor, everything's lining up for Conor.
It's a big tipping point. I mean, it's a huge tipping point for Conor because you win this. Yes, you won another fight, but you also won the trilogy, which kind of makes the space look a little bit bigger, if you will, for lack of a better term. I think because of his name, he can put himself as the front runner, considering they were trying to offer Poirier the title shot. Well, now your marquee just beat the guy you were about to offer to, so you just slip him right in, and then Poirier and Chandler would be the next event, the next fight for that. Right. There's a lot that the UFC can do, I think, for the better for the sport if Conor wins, which is why, listen, if I lose, I'm good with that. I am good with that because, I think it's going to be a good thing. Now, I do want to offer you guys my 5-pick parlay that I am putting out there.
Okay, we did hit a 5-pick parlay 2 weeks ago.
Can we go? Can lightning strike twice? I fucking think it can. For plus 3,088, leg number 1, Alan Amidovsky. Leg number 2, Omari Akhmedov. Leg number 3, Ryan Hall. Leg number 4, Michael Pereira. And then obviously rounding out the picks, Dustin Poirier with the main dish of the night, which will score you a plus 3,088 if you hit this one. I'm putting that one in the bank. We will post that one only.
I like it. You know what? And I'm going to give you your props. That was your parlay last week that hit that 5-man. Oh, man, I'm not a parlay guy, but, man, you always are hitting those parlays. But I wanted to jump on the bandwagon, have a little fun. I put a lot of dogs in my parlay. So I'm going to give you a 5-man parlay real quick. I got, what have we got? 33.78 plus 33.78.
A little more value on this one.
A little bit more value. So we're going to go right down the line. I got Jennifer Maia, Nico Price, Greg Hardy, Gilbert Burns, Conor McGregor. That's 4 out of 5 underdogs. But if that bad boy hits your plus 3,378, I'm not a parlay guy. Maybe I'm crazy putting them in dogs and thing, but I want to have a little bit of fun. I see you winning all that money over there. I want to join the party.
You listen, I'll give it to you. Hey, you got some stones for posting that parlay. I am rooting for you through and through. It does sound a little bit like shaking with both hands, but you know what?
I'm going to take yours too, so I can win some money.
Exactly. Well, either way, listen, to each their own. If you're looking for someone to just nail 5 big parlays all day, I ain't your hope there. But we're going to offer them to you anyway. Stay tuned for the next episode, next installment, number 6 of the Aquagon, coming at you live from this hot tub inside the house. See you next week.
See you.